Beep, bop, beep, bop, choo, ba, ah, gee, ah, ooh, ah, ba dee, pa, eek, oop, ah, ba da, bee, ba da, boo, la, dee, da, da, ba da, choo, pa, gee, da, ba dee, ba doop, ah, eep, ba, ba dee, ba dum, bop, beep, bop, boo, b, b, b. Yeah. And hey, it's time for the Lakeville Government Channel's Kids in Government program. Kids and Government, yeah! Skeetin', scattin', On today's show, join Officer Don Nuts as he discovers how long it takes for trains to make a sudden stop at railroad crossings on Safety First. Nature to Nature brings Mr. Pugh face to face with the Minnesota state pest, the mosquito, and finds out how the Metropolitan Mosquito Control District keeps these critters at bay during the summer months. How they do that has our curious bovine, Mary Udder, as she tags along on a playground safety check with a certified playground safety inspector and finds out how the city keeps playground equipment safe for area residents. And don't forget to watch our puppet blooper segment, Lake Forest Team 16 news update, and kids quick tips throughout the show. And I'm Roger Mildewstein, your announcer. And now here's the host of Kids in Government, R. the Raccoon.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lakeville Kids in Government. I'm R. the Raccoon, your congenial host, here in our program where we take a humorous and educational look at how government works. Hey, we're coming to you from the railroad tracks near downtown Lakeville. Why, you ask, are we by the railroad tracks near downtown Lakeville? Because this segment on our show today is going to be talking about train safety and how long it takes for trains to stop. So let's take a look at that right now with Officer Don Nuts.
What you are about to see is bizarre, unsettling, and riveting.
This is Officer Don Nuts for another edition of Safety First. And hey, today we're going to be talking about railroad safety. And joining me is one of the professionals from Progressive Rail, David. How you doing today, David?
I'm doing good, Don.
Hey, now the railroad tracks and crossings can be a dangerous place, can't they, David? What do we need to know to keep safe around them?
Yes, they can. Trains and railways are really cool places to visit, but you should always be under adult supervision anytime you're going to be near a railway track, and you should never, ever walk on the railway tracks. You should never walk around the railway tracks to climb on parked cars or get anywhere near the railway without your parents with you.
Oh, that's some very good tips to remember. Now, the one thing that I'm concerned about is there's a lot of railroad crossings here in the city of Lakeville, and I've always wondered, how fast can a train stop? I mean, can they stop really quick like a car or like a bike?
That's a good question, Don. Trains cannot stop very quickly. Trains have shiny steel wheels and they're traveling on a slick steel surface. So the trains take quite a long time to stop once they apply their brakes. If you happen to step out in front of a train moving at 10 or 15 miles an hour, the train would not be able to stop in the same amount of time that a car or a truck would. So trains take quite a longer time to stop than an automobile.
Very good. Well, you guys have been very helpful with us today. We actually have a train, and we're going to see how long it does take for a train to stop. Are you ready to do it, David?
I think we're ready.
All right, let's call him on the walkie-talkie and get this demonstration going.
All right. Lawrence to PGR 37, over.
37, over.
All right, Jack, you can move forward. We're flagging the crossing for you, and once you get up to the crossbuck signs, put on your brakes like you had to stop in an emergency situation.
He's doing the whistle and bell. He's going to do the whistle and bell. He's going to do the whistle and bell. Here he comes! Oh my goodness gracious, David. How long did that train take to stop?
No, it took about 6 or 7 seconds, and the train wasn't going very fast. If the train was going 10 or 15 miles an hour with a lot of freight behind it, it would have slid right through the crossing, and there's no way it would have stopped for you if you were on the crossing in a car or bicycle.
Well, great, David. Any other safety tips you want to let us know before we wrap up this little segment?
The only thing that I can tell you is trains are neat to look at. Trains are very cool, but you should never be around the tracks.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for your time today, David, and giving us these safety tips. And we'll see you next time, everybody, on Safety First. Glad I didn't end up under those rail wheels. I would have ended up creamy peanut butter.
That's right. No crunchy at all.
No, thanks, David. Hey there, everyone. Windy the Elephant here at Antlers Beach for this month's Kids Quick Tip. Your family gathering, company picnic, class reunion, graduation, wedding, and other group events will be a great success when you reserve one of Lakeville's exceptional park facilities, whether the size of your group is 15 or more. Available facilities include Ritter Farm, Antlers, Valley Lake, and Casperson. For more information or to reserve a facility, please call the Park and Rec Department at 952-985-4600. Hey everyone, R the Raccoon back here, and joining me now is Animal Control Officer Barb Maxwell. How you doing, Barb?
Great, how are you today?
I'm fantastic. Hey Barb, well, this show is on the air. It is the Dog Days of August, and during the Dog Days of August, some people, for some strange reason, bring their pets in their automobiles and their trucks and leave them in the car when they go in the store. Is that a good or bad thing to do?
Well, let me explain to you. It is a very bad thing to do. The temperature inside of a vehicle can zoom up to 120 to 130 degrees before you know it. It takes about 10-15 minutes to get that temperature up that high. Even if your windows are cracked a slight little bit, just about 1 to 2 inches, people think that gives them enough air for the circulation in the truck, but it does not. So once a temperature gets about that high, it takes a dog's body about, half an hour or so to start raising its body temperature. And dogs can't sweat.
Oh, they pant, don't they?
No, they do. They pant. They have to pant in order to release some heat.
Well, fantastic, Barb. Thank you so much for the update. And we do want to encourage pet owners to leave the pets at home while they go to the park, to the grocery store,
To the gym.
or to the gym, or anywhere else.
Please leave your pets at home.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your time, Barb.
You're welcome.
Hey everyone, it's Mr. Pugh here once again for a great edition of Nature to Nature, and I'm here at Dakota Heights Park, and joining me today is Mike from the Metropolitan Mosquito Control District. How are you today, Mike?
Very good. How are you today?
Oh, I'm very excited to talk to you today because we're going to talk about those icky mosquito things that bite us and drink our blood.
That's right. We've got a lot of different kinds of mosquitoes too, and we'll talk a little bit about them and maybe some things you can do to make yourself a little more comfortable.
Well, good, Mike. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what the mosquito control district does to protect us from these mosquitoes?
Well, we work really hard all summer long to try to keep the number of mosquitoes that are out buzzing around from really overwhelming people. We're going to get bit by mosquitoes, there's no question about it, but sometimes if we do some easy things, there's some things that we can do to make ourselves better, more comfortable in the summertime.
Sure, and it seems like they're always doing, that biting thing when we're having family get-togethers out at night, and you were going to tell me, how many different kinds of mosquitoes are there?
Well, in Minnesota, we have 51 different kinds of mosquitoes.
51?
That's right. And in case you're taking it personally when they bite you, not all of them bite people.
Really?
In fact, of the 51 different kinds of mosquitoes, only about 15 or so bother people.
Well, how about skunks? Do mosquitoes like skunks?
Well, actually, they do. We have mosquitoes that bite skunks. We have mosquitoes that we have one kind of mosquito that will bite frogs and toads and salamanders, too.
Oh,
so it doesn't matter
scary.
what kind of creature you are. You can be a frog or a person or a bird or a skunk, and there's a mosquito that probably wants to bite you.
Interesting. And what do they do with the blood that they get, Mike?
Well, it's only female mosquitoes that bite you, and the reason for that is that they take the blood and they use it to make a batch of eggs. And mosquitoes lay a lot of eggs. In fact, a mosquito will lay between 200 and 300 eggs at a time.
Wow.
And they lay them in different places. A lot of times they lay them in a low spot on the ground, a roadside ditch, someplace that isn't wet. And then guess what? We have a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
And when we have a thunderstorm, all of those eggs get covered with water, and the mosquitoes hatch and they begin to develop, and they live actually in the water. Now you might wonder what happens to all those eggs if it stays dry and they don't end up with water over them.
Do they go kaput?
Well, actually they stay alive for up to 10 years.
They're like
without
Frankenstein
hatching.
mosquitoes.
That's right. A mosquito that bites you might come from an egg that was laid 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, I don't like that idea.
Yeah, it makes mosquitoes really tough, really indestructible.
Sure. Now, how about in people's yards? What are some common places that mosquitoes lay eggs? Like I see you have a tire over there.
Oh yeah, mosquitoes love old tires. If you ever tried to get water out of a tire,
it's
the
tough.
water sits in there, and no matter how you work around it, it's hard to get the water out of it. And plus, the tire is black, so it heats up really nice, and the water inside is very calm. And mosquitoes like nice, calm, quiet water too. So this is a perfect habitat for little tiny mosquitoes. And so we always tell people, when in doubt, dump it out. Make sure you get rid of the water. Make sure if you get rid of these old tires too, that's a good thing too. If you've got a few old tires and you don't know how to get rid of them, you can give us a call and we'll come and pick them up, no questions asked.
Awesome. Now, Mike, what do you do once you kind of locate? Now, we've got a little pan here that actually has some of those little critters in there.
We do.
Those are what, mosquito larvae?
This is the mosquito larvae. Mosquito larvae are really interesting. They live in the water, and if you dump the water out, they die pretty quickly, but they breathe the same air we do. They actually have a little breathing tube in their tail. They stick that up through the top of the water to get air.
Did you just say they breathe out of their tail?
That's right, they do. They put their tail up through the top of the water and they use it like a little snorkel, and that's how they breathe.
That's disgusting.
That's right. It's pretty amazing. But we get rid of them pretty easily. We have this material, it's called BTI, and it stands for a really long name. And
do you know what that name is?
Bacillus thuringiensis israeliensis.
Can you say that fast 3 times?
Probably not.
I couldn't either.
But BTI is a bacteria. And this bacteria will get inside of the mosquito's stomach, and the mosquito will eat it, and it forms a little salt crystal in there, and it kind of tears them up from the inside out.
Yeah. Now, Mike, what is that? It kind of looks like almost cereal.
Actually, it looks about the size of grape nuts. It's made of corn cob, so they take an old corn cob and dry it out and make a little granule out of it. Yeah. And then they put the bacteria right on the granule. And so when we go out to an area that's producing mosquitoes, we can put a little tiny bit of this in the water, and the mosquitoes will eat the bacteria, and that's what kills them. It's very important to get out there when they're in this larva stage, because they actually have to eat this stuff in order for it to work.
Well, you know, the cool thing that I see with this stuff is it seems like it's kind of a natural way to get rid of the mosquitoes. You know, it's not pesticides that you're killing other animals and different things with, right?
Well, the good thing about the BTI is that it only affects mosquitoes. So when other things eat it, it doesn't matter because they don't have the same kind of stomach as a mosquito. So if you have a different kind of stomach than a mosquito, you're going to be okay if you eat this stuff.
Oh,
I wouldn't
and I won't
recommend
start breathing
eating it.
out of my tail either, will I, if I eat it?
Exactly, you won't. That's right.
Well,
That's
hey,
right.
Mike, do you think we could go down to a pond? I understand you have some nets that you can actually try and capture some of these larvae and see.
We do. I have a dipper, and this dipper is what we use to catch these little larvae. The dipper is a half a liter, so it's 500 milliliters, and I can go to an area, and if I find mosquitoes, I can count them. And somebody else might use the same dipper to count mosquitoes in a different place, and I might say, well, I got 3 in every dip.
Yeah.
And that person might say, well, I have 10 in every dip.
Yeah.
Well, where do you think we're going to go first? We're going to go to the one that had 10 in every dip. So that's how we decide where to go, is how thick the mosquitoes are. And that's how we find out how thick they are, by using this dipper.
Oh, you know what? Every morning I look in the mirror and I see a dip. That's me. Hey, let's go down to the pond, Mike, and try this dipper out.
All right.
Here we go.
Certainly.
Hey, Mike, are you done with your research down there? What have you found for us?
Well, right now we had a little bit of rain last night, so I'm looking to see if the mosquitoes have hatched yet.
Oh, well, come back up here. Let's take a look at
Let's
them up
take
here.
a
'cause
look.
I don't want you to get eaten up by all those mosquitoes that are
Oh, we
down
got a
there.
few down here.
So what did you find here?
Well, let's see. I found a lot of different things. There's a little bit of duckweed in here. There's a little bit of a seed pod. There's all kinds of tiny little insects in here. Water is full of little life forms. Mosquitoes.
So this pond here at Dakota Heights Park is full of life and awful mosquito larvae.
It is full of mosquitoes from time to time. Right now, it looks like they haven't quite hatched yet out of this particular site. We're seeing a lot of things in here, but not too many, not mosquitoes yet.
Oh, excellent. Now you were out here too with your net here. Did you capture any mosquitoes in that?
I did. Let me see here. I've got a few mosquitoes in this net. I don't know if you can see them.
Oh, I can see those buggers.
They're dancing around pretty nicely.
Oh, I just got one on my back.
Mosquitoes like to hang out in the woods during the day. And then when the sun goes down, in the evening, they come out and they look for something to bite.
Like you and me.
Yes, so if you want to find mosquitoes during the day, you can look around the edges of woods like this, and we have a net, and that helps us catch them. And then we can take them back to our lab, and we have people that are trained to know the difference between one kind of mosquito and another. And they'll actually look at these mosquitoes and tell us, yeah, those are the kinds we should be worried about, or they'll say, that's the kind that doesn't bite people anyway, so don't worry about it. So that's what we're trying to learn here.
Very good, Mike. Well, thank you so much for your time here on Kids in Government. Now, if people have any questions about mosquitoes or controlling mosquitoes, is there a website or a phone number that you can give the folks watching our segment?
Well, we're the Metropolitan Mosquito Control District, which is a big, long name.
Yeah.
But our website is mmcd.org.
Ah,
So
very simple.
Just like Metropolitan Mosquito Control District, only it's just the first letters, mmcd.org.
Very good. Well, I want to thank you so much for your time today, Mike. And, I think I'm getting mosquitoes all over me. We'll see you next time on Nature to Nature, folks. Mosquitoes.
From southwest central Dakota County, in other words, Lakeville, this is a Lake Force Team 16 award-winning non-action 360-degree news update with Ted Pickle. Hello everyone, Ted Pickle reporting. And now the news presented in the wonder of 360 degrees. Lakeville Community Access Channel broadcasts on Cable Channel 12 in Lakeville, offering residents and organizations the opportunity to air messages or videos about events, meetings, and programs. For more information, you can contact Sue Palm at 952-985-4407. Join us for a lively bike riding event, Pedal the Parks, starting at Pioneer Plaza on Saturday, September 21st, beginning at 9 a.m. You grab your bike and join your volunteer guide in discovering the great trails here in Lakeville. The tour focuses on highlighting trails and will last 1 to 2 hours. Tour is limited, so register early. Helmets are required, and don't forget your water bottle. For more information, call 952 250-3320. And finally, Lakeville City offices will be closed on Monday, September 2nd in observance of the Labor Day holiday. Enjoy this day that focuses on the yearly national tribute to the contributions workers have made to the strength, prosperity, and well-being of our country. This has been a Lake Forest Team 16 award-winning 360-degree non-action news update. I'm Ted Pickle.
Hey there, everyone. R the Raccoon back here, and have you ever wondered how the city of Lakeville keeps their playground equipment safe for all those youngsters to play on? Well, on this month's edition of How They Do That, we're going to answer that question. So take it away, Mary. Hi there, everybody, and welcome to another edition of How'd They Do That? Very good, camera operator Tim. And we are here today at Casperson Park because we're going to find out how the city does playground inspections. Ew! So let's go meet somebody from the Park and Recreation Department this way. Ooh, look at all those tools. Well, hey, everyone, joining me to find out about playground inspection is Mark from the city's Parks Department. How are you doing today, Mark?
I'm doing just great, Mary.
Good. Now, my big question is, why does the city inspect playgrounds?
Well, we inspect playgrounds so that no children get hurt here. We want to make sure it's a safe place for everyone to play.
Very good. Now, can anybody inspect these playgrounds, or is there some special classes that you have to take?
There is a special class that you have to take, and you have to become certified. And after that, you can go out and fix these playgrounds.
Very good. Now, how often do you inspect these playgrounds? Because I'm sure the parents out there watching want to know that when their children are on playgrounds here in the city of Lakeville, that they are safe for their kids to go on.
We do a spring inspection and a summer inspection every year. And then we do an as needed basis. As things get broken, we fix after that.
Very good. Well, Mark, let's head to this playground while we're here at Casperson Park and do a little inspecting.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right, follow me. Well, Mark, the first thing we're going to inspect here is a swing here on the swing set. What are you looking for, Mark?
I'm looking for any worn chain or bolts that might be worn through. And we're going to inspect these and make sure that they're not worn through and replace them if needed.
Oh, now do you have those replacement parts if you find things that do need to be replaced?
Yes, I do. I have them right along with us in the truck right now, and if I find something that's bad, we will go ahead and replace that.
Very good. Now, does this one pass muster?
This one is very good. It's a fairly new playground here, and so this is good to go and very safe right now.
Oh, good. I'm going to jump in there and you can push me, all right? Here we go.
Are you ready, Mary?
I'm ready to push this bovine beauty.
All right, here we go.
Whoa! 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 Oh, my, Mark, what are you doing? It looks like you're trying to break this thing instead of inspect it.
I'm just trying to see if there's anything loose. And so if there is, I'm going to tighten it up. And if we look down here, there's a wood 5-bar here, and we have to make sure we have enough depth so no one gets hurt when they land off the bottom of the slide.
What did you call it?
It's called 5-bar, engineered wood.
Wood 5-bar, can you say that fast 3 times?
5-bar, 5-bar, 5-bar.
Well, add the wood part, and then I bet you can't do it.
Wood 5-bar.
Oh, that's very good. You know what? I'm going to try sliding down here. Here we go. Woo! Glad I didn't land in that wood 5-bar. I'd get all scratched up. Oh, I'm here on the climbing wall. I must be 50 feet off the ground. Actually, I'm about 2 feet. Okay, Mark, what do you do when you inspect the climbing wall here?
Well, we're looking for any loose rocks that you would, and handholds that might loosen up.
Yeah, I can tell you, I've got a few loose rocks in my head.
And we're going to make sure once again that there's enough engineered wood at the bottom, so if you do fall, it'll protect your fall.
Really? Let me give it a try. Ah! It broke my fall. Oh. All right, Mike, how do you inspect this tractor thing with a kind of springy thing on the ground?
Well, I grab a hold of it and see if there's anything loose, and we wiggle it back and forth a little bit and make sure the spring is in good shape, and that's about it.
Cool, well, let me give it a good shake and see how it is. Here we go. No! Oh my, it's a good thing that we have this wood fiber or whatever you call it here to protect my fall. Well, Mark, I want to thank you so much for being here on this edition of How'd They Do That?
My pleasure, Mary. Enjoy the park and play safe.
And we'll see you next time, everybody, on How'd They Do That? Oh, like I really needed more help getting here on the ground. Ugh. Hey folks, R the Raccoon back here where they are constructing the roundabout at 205th and what's the camera operator? Kenrick. 205th and Kenrick, very good. I got stuffing for brains, it's tough to remember things. And hey, you like it when puppets mess up their lines? You like it when puppets don't know what they're talking about? Well then, hey, this is a segment for you, because it's time for Kids in Government Bloopers! Boy, there sure's a lot of traffic back there. Avoid the freeway in August, folks. Ha ha. Here's the bloopers.
The offices will be closed on Monday, September. What's a September? Pedal the Parks, starting at Pioneer Plaza on Saturday, September. Why can't I say September?
Oh, Mark, the first thing we're going to do is in this Yeah. Hey, it's time for another exciting. I forgot what the tagline. Hey there, everyone. R the Raccoon back here. Hey. Hey there, everyone. Wendy the Elephant here for this month's final Kids Quick Tip. My ear keeps plastering my face. I'm so sorry, but I got big ears. There we go. Did you know there are more than 100 miles of pedestrian and bike trails here in Lakeville? Well, it's true. But there are more options. There's my ear again. There are more options because Lakeville also has cross-country ski trails, snowmobile trails during the winter weather season, as well as nature trails. Oh! Thought he was gonna run me down. Oh, now I lost my place. Let's see. During the weather season, I think I said that. As well as nature trails and equestrian trails. My ear is bugging me. In total, there are more than 1,400 acres of public parks and open space. Incredible! Wow! So get out there and enjoy that nature stuff that Lakeville has to offer. I'm not doing so good. I'm not doing this ever again. Well, folks, that's it for another edition of Lakeville Kids in Government. If you have questions on any of the information we've covered, please feel free to give us a call. Our studio line is 952-985-4418. And you can watch this show and all the shows here on LGTV online at www.lakevillemn.gov. Hey folks, it is the dog days of summer, but just around the corner, it's gonna be back to school time. Oh, I think I heard some kids all over Lakeville go, We'll see you next time, folks, when we return for another exciting edition of Lakeville Kids in Government. See you next time. Goodbye, everybody.